Hey guys, how are we doing? So going to do my live feed a little bit earlier today. I'm just going to go home and chill after the class, and that's when I usually do my live feeds. So something I want to do today is talk about direction and lack of direction. So within my sort of small, free group, I stuck up a poll and asking people why they're not getting themselves out of a rut, and one of the main things that stuck out from that was clear lack of direction. So the direction of knowing which way to go to sort themselves out. Excuse me. And I think the first thing that we have to think about is keeping things simple. I think that when we come to wanting to the world, when we want that better life, when we want that well-being, I think that's a lot of the times that we can overthink and overwant and overset our targets. So we want too much too soon. And I think this comes down to a lot of what I keep always talking about, which is the small wins, the tiny wins, the goal setting, sitting down and going, what does the end state look like? What does the result look like? And I think that's what you have to ask yourself. What do you want to make your life better? What's the potential for you? Should you start improving the way that you live in terms of fitness, nutrition, mindset? Where do you start? And I can guarantee you that even if you just started exercising, that you would start feeling better. I've worked with a lot of guys, hundreds, if probably not thousands of people now, who started off in a low self-esteem, low confidence, low opinion of themselves, that type of attitude where I'm not going to change, things are not going to happen for me. Come on! And I think that's what's really sad, and that holds you back. So the first place to start, if you are lacking direction, is to start super simple. Bring it right back to the basics, and understand exactly where it is that you want to be with this. Do you want to spend more time with your family? Do you want to make it up the stairs easier? Do you want to be able to do a 5K? Do you want to live a healthier lifestyle? And you have to have that direction. When I talk about this in my book, a lot of people are just going through, and it's almost like sitting in a boat in the middle of the ocean without a sail. You clear lack of direction. It's like, where the fuck am I going with this? And you have to set a destination and stick up the sail and aim towards that destination. And it starts by just simply training. When it comes to training, you need structure. You can't just run, okay? You can't just walk. That's where you start, that's where you get going. But when you want structure, you have to have something in place. So you have to get a plan in place. Okay, so once you've done your running, if you're wanting to the fat loss and you're wanting to tone up and you're wanting that little bit more, then we have to have a structured plan that includes some weights, because we need some resistance for fat loss. Okay, if you want to be trained to just be a runner, I'm saying don't just run. But if you want to shed body fat, if you've got a 2-3 stone tummy in front of you and that's what you're trying to lose, you're going to have to at some point introduce resistance training. Okay, it starts off by getting your body moving, getting function moving going, but having structure amongst it. And I think without structure, that's where we tend to go off the ball. That's where we forget, okay, what we're trying to achieve, because structure brings planning and prep, and it brings vision, and it brings direction. So finding direction is key. I know so many people say to me, oh, nutrition is the problem. It isn't necessarily the problem, because you know what you're meant to be eating. The problem is that you're not actually implementing that. So the real problem is finding a system and some structure to put in place so that you can eat well. I mean, most people know what to do when it comes to nutrition. You know what you've got to eat, but it's just the finer details that we have to smoothen out so that you can understand it a little bit better, okay? And not going into the service station at lunchtime and grabbing another sandwich, not sort of getting up 15 minutes before you got to leave the door and missing breakfast, one of the most important meals of the day. Hydrating yourself, 2 to 3 litres of water a day. It's those type of basics, it's those type of simple basics that can give you direction and give you results. Come here! Come on! Honestly, these two fuckwits of the dogs. So when it comes to direction, bring it back to basics. Think really simple. What are your goals? What are your immediate goals in the first 6 weeks? A little bit longer of 12 weeks. You know, start thinking about 6 months. Start thinking about 12 months. Start thinking about where you want to be in 5 years. So many people are writing, I've got to do this, I've got to shift this weight, but no one's doing anything about it. No one. I think one of the biggest frustrations in the role that I'm in is the fact that when I see people who are struggling, see people who are complaining, I see people who aren't happy, but I don't see any of them doing anything about it. Nothing about it. And I mean, where does that stem from? I don't know. Maybe it's having procrastinated for so long that they're used to it. But this, like, fucking hell, guys, honestly, you're going to get to a point in your life and you're going to regret the fact you did nothing. Like, and so many people are letting their ego take over and go, wow, you know, it's that fuck it approach, whatever. I'll deal with it when it comes to it. Like, you won't. You genuinely won't. If you think your back is bad now, in 10 years' time, when you've still got that tummy that's 2-3 stone overweight, your back is going to be twice as hard to manage. Okay? If your mobility is bad now, how do you think it's going to be in 10 years? If your knees are bad now, how do you think it's going to be with more weight on in 10 years? If your mindset's not right now, how do you think it's going to be in 10 years? And I've seen people posting on my page going, I'm 53, I wasted 16 years of my life doing it. I'm 52, I've wasted 5 years thinking about it. So many people are thinking about it. This is not like a decision whether you want ham and cheese on your sandwich or whether you want Coronation chicken. This is a case of you're going to sort your life out so you stay alive longer and you have a better quality of life. This is a serious decision. The fact is that you're not making a decision. And I speak to guys on the phone and they're telling me the pain, and then they just don't do anything about it. It's bizarre to me, and I just want you guys to be the best versions of yourselves. You know, I want you to be fit and healthy. I want you to be able to, like, have a good quality life in 10-15 years. You know, that's my mission. But I think one thing that I've learned definitely in the last sort of 3 to 4 months is that I can't help people that aren't prepared to be helped. And you have to learn to help yourself, guys. You have to learn to help yourself, because if you're not learning to help yourself, no one's going to be able to help you. You have to open up yourself, that you have to stop procrastinating. So you have to stop saying, I've got work commitments. Because what are you going to do when your work commitments are gone, guys? And you're struggling, and you're fucking struggling to walk around or clutching your back when you get out of bed. I'm telling you, I'm seeing it more and more and more. The more that sort, I guess, the dad's coach is growing, the more I'm starting to see people using that word regret. And regret is a big no. It's something that you don't want. So yeah, went off boil a little bit there, but I'm just trying to just open up your eyes. I'm just trying to make you more self-aware about these health issues. Can't ignore them, guys. You literally cannot ignore them. So I hope that you have a great day. This is the only content I'm going to be putting up all day, because I'm just going to be concentrating on just me and the family today. So we want to take a bit of time off social media. Hope you have a good day. I look forward to any feedback that kind of comes back from this. But you know, you've got to find some direction. You've got to just choose what you want out of this in the immediate future and in the long-term future. You know, what do you want from this? I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.